Money Monday. I want to talk about winning. I want to talk about being the best. I want to talk about improving and being something better every day. It seems to me that once you hit a certain level, people go stagnant. They quit trying to reach for the next level. They quit, you know, as soon as they hit the welder position, then they're a mediocre welder. They are never trying to be better. They're never trying to be faster. They're never trying to be more productive and like every move have a meaning. One of the things that I still try to do, I make everything a competition, and if anybody comes around me, they realize that, hey, I mean, we're competing all the time. I love competition. I love that stretch. I like the feeling that, you know, you're better than me, but I am still going to give you a run for your money, and one day I'm going to be better than you. You know, when I started welding, my father-in-law told me, and I did get run off of a job because of this, but he told me, because it was my first fabrication job ever. I ran pipeline for the first 6 months, and never fabbed on nothing. I just hot passed, and then run beads at the end of it, mostly because I think all of our welders drug up. But anyways, that's besides the point. He told me, I says, Randy, I said, how many welds does a welder need to get to be a good fab hand? And he told me, he says, if you aren't getting 22-inch welds a day, he says, you just well give up. And I was like, okay, well, let's do this, you know? And I remember my first day, I worked my freaking ass off. I tried so freaking hard, and I got 7. I got 7 2-inch welds. And I was like, oh my gosh, dude, there's no freaking way you could get 22-inch welds a day. And, I mean, granted, we were cutting and fitting our own pipe, and like nobody was out in front of us doing this. We were doing it all ourselves. Well, the next day I'd go out there and I'd push and push and push, and I'd get like 8. Then I'd get 9. Then I'd get 10. And I remember it was, and granted, I was working for a company that 3 strikes you're out was very, I mean, real, all right? The first time they come shot x-ray, I had a repair. The second time they come shot x-ray, I had another repair. But I was pushing every day. I was watching these welders that could weld, or like I thought they could weld. I was trying to pick up on anything I could pick up on to be good, to be as good as they are, to be as productive as they are. And I remember 2 days before my last day, I hit 22-inch welds in a day. And I remember that I was so freaking tired. I mean, I was wore the hell out. Granted, I was on this job for 3 weeks, okay? When they came and shot those 20 welds, I had 1 repair. I was run off of that job. They come and told me, and the funny thing is those welders that were on that job with me were getting 5, 6 welds a day. But I'd pumped out 20 welds that day. That was my second to last day. And I just remember, like, getting run off was not a big deal. Like, I was so excited. I hit 22-inch welds. Like, it was amazing. Now looking back on it, I mean, I literally worked my butt off. I remember we didn't take a break, we didn't take lunch. I just ran it and just kept trying to get those 2-inch welds. And now looking back on it, I can get 22-inch welds by 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, no problem. Like, not even feel like I really worked all that hard. But it's just being productive. It's being in competition with the better welders that you are around. You need to learn from these guys. You need to become as good as these guys. Will there be somebody that is always bigger, better, and faster? You're dang right there will be. There will always be somebody that is better than you are. But that does not mean you don't, that you could not give him a run for his money every single day. you know? You show up and you say, listen here, if you're getting 30, you damn right I'm getting 31. And you show up and you might only get 24 and he still got his 30, but you are getting better all the time. You are there to win. Now this is the way my mind works, and a lot of you guys' minds might not work this way, but I can promise you that it will make you better in everything you do. If you're a doctor and you got a couple guys ahead of you or a couple girls ahead of you that are getting better grades than you are, they are better than you are. You need to put your head down, go to work, become a better student, somebody that sucks in the information better than they do. If it means you got to study double hard, twice as much as they do to beat them, then that's what it takes. Make it happen. Go do it. Too many people, I think, that get into the instant satisfaction thing. Oh, I called 5 numbers and nobody wants me to be part of the pipeline. I can't get my foot in the door, blah, blah, blah. Well, get over it. I called over 500 phone numbers before I got a job. It took me 2 months. It took me 2 months of all day on the phone, it felt like. It felt like I was on the phone all day. You got to be willing to work, put the effort in, get there, win. You got to be winning. Too many people, when things get hard, they say, oh, I'm done, and they lose. And they keep losing because they give up and they quit trying to do what they want to do. You got to win. You got to have the mentality of, hey, I am going to win. If this means that I have got to call 10,000 people to get my job that I want, that's what I'm doing. If it means I got to go be a helper to get a test with a company, that's what I'm doing. You know, you got to be a winner. You got to be successful. You're gonna fail. Things are gonna not work out. But that does not mean that you sit there and you soak up in this failure and you keep just sitting there, oh, I failed, this is hard, blah, blah. I did that. I did that. Anyways, go on a rant every now and then, but hey, that was one that was big on my chest. I feel like too many people give up too early. I know I did. I've been there. Everything I try to tell you guys is a lesson I've learned out of my life. Alright? Something that taught me a huge lesson, and I either want you to avoid it or I want you to learn from what I did and speed up your process. Make it faster than what my process was. And I'm still learning. But anyways, you guys, be a winner. Always strive to be the best. I mean, that means if you're in homework, you need to be the best in class. If you're welding, you need to try to be the fastest, the best. Your welds are 100%. You got the best looking welds. Everything. Alright? Be number one in what you do. But anyways, I'm far from number one. Let me put it that way. I am far from number one, but it does not mean that I do not strive every day to be number one. Alright, I want to be the very best that I can be. There's always going to be somebody that's better than you, but I'm going to give him a run for his money every freaking day, and he better be waiting for it. So everybody be blessed. We'll talk to you later. See ya.